Hi there everyone, hopefully you can hear me okay. Apologies for the technical problems we were having. I say technical problems, it was just Virgin Media being wankers. They like to do these over the air updates that wipe out your internet connection for a few minutes. But we are back now. Okay, so I think I'm going to make a start because I've been looking forward to playing this all day, to be honest. So I can't wait any longer. We've also got a few days until our game anyway, so I'll just crack on. And we can update any latecomers as and when they join. I remember this guy was quite decent. Might look to attempt to bring him in January. This next game's a big one. Mid-table side at home. If we're going to look to take points from games, these are the ones we've got to do it in. Coming off the back of that disappointing loss to Marador, although to be honest they are one of the top sides in Aswijan, so we can't be too upset about the result. And I think, like I said at the tail end of the last episode, before the game I would have accepted getting beat, to be honest, but during the game I think we were full value for something from the game, and it was unfortunate not to get it, but that's football. You don't always get what you deserve. Oh, brilliant. The injuries are racking up left, right and Christmas. Let's have a look at our training. Yeah, right, hopefully by adjusting the intensity we'll look to minimise that. Wow. Tasty Danish regen with 18 finishing. 10 composure though, that concerns me slightly. However, one to keep an eye on, I would say. 14 determination, he should improve. He's no slouch either for someone who's 6'4". 16 jumping as well. Interesting. We've added him to the shortlist. as we said last time, in the last episode, it was a mixed bag in terms of results. But I think, to be honest, we're going to have to scrap for every single point in this division with the team and the resources available to us. He's just reminded me of a player. There we go. Why didn't I think of this guy before? I'm pretty sure this guy develops to be a really good player. Another injury. For fuck's sake, what are we doing in training? Well, he's pretty much definitely out for the next league game then. We're struggling for goals as it is without our first team strikers getting injured prior to a winnable fixture. I have an idea though. Rather than putting in one of our covering strikers, I might... Oh wow. Talat have just come off the back of a 4-0 win. Maybe this one's not so winnable after all. Yeah, I've got an idea in terms of what we're going to do going forward, rather than playing one of the backup strikers, because they don't seem to be firing much. I think I may play Liakos just off of the one striker and see how we go. Maybe ease our way into the game. Hi, Imran, mate. You okay? Thanks for joining us. And thanks for the cheeky subscribe as well. Much appreciated. Did you manage to catch up in the end with the previous episodes, or do you need me to do a bit of a recap? Okay, essentially in episode 3, Imi, it was a mixed bag. It was a real mixed bag. We struggled within the league for a few games, back-to-back losses, but then we did change a few things around. We took a point off of Benaria, who are a team not too much better in terms of reputation as ourselves, and then we took a shock win as well. We took 3 points against Hamja, who on paper are a better team. So that was good. We got 4 points. So yeah, let's go back to our results. So, okay, so start of the season here. We won back-to-back cup games in both the cups. Went out of the cup to our fierce rivals, which was infuriating. We were beat by Lacquer in the league. Then we just had a quick intra-squad friendly in the gap, just to try and keep match sharpness high. Which I think, in hindsight, was a bad decision, because we've started picking up injuries. Maybe we could have done with that break. We then... I mean, to be fair, we lost 3 games in a row then, because we came back and got beat by Mufala Maliki. And this is the game I was talking about, where we picked up our first point of the campaign. We edged that. I think we were the better team. I think we're well within our rights to be disappointed to not take the 3 points from that game. Hamja again we played really well in. That could have been 2 or 3, I think. And this one here, Marador, the last game of episode 3. I think we were full value for at least a point from that. We conceded 2 late goals from set pieces to lose the game. I think one in the 86th minute and one in the 92nd, something like that. So I kind of lost my shit at the end a little bit. But like I say, looking forward to this game. We should be competitive here. Should be, he says. But this is Football Manager, and we all know what FM thinks to our predictions and opinions. Let's just ignore the fact they just won 4-0. You'd like to see us start an 11. Okay. This is, I mean, it's not our best 11, but it's what's available to us at the moment. So normally, Firmino would be playing left wing back for us. With, I think, to be honest, Galash, the new Polish youngster, is probably better than Massey, so he'd play in here. Other than that, I'd say that's probably our first 11 now. Like we say, I think Galash, yeah, he's going to miss this game, which is frustrating. There's an argument to say that Westergren could step into this team, into the first 11. Who's Renault? He is a lad we got on loan. I believe this is actually a real player. In fact, yeah, he is. He is a real player. He's not an Aswijani player or a regen. Yeah, like I say, on loan from Atlanta. So we had him on loan last year, where we were paying none of his wages, and I decided to try and extend it, and they accepted. They didn't want to let him go on a permanent, so we brought him in on another loan deal. I mean, he is quite average, but according to our coaching staff, he's a very good rating for the senior team. And to be honest, although he's maybe struggled to get to grips with the league we're in now, last year he was our top, if not one of our top assist makers. The wing-back roles are important in this system. We do need quality in the wide areas, but we also need depth, which is why I tend to play Darbo out there if we need to. And we also have this man, who's also on loan, who can also cross a ball. Hi there, Thinner Than Water. I don't believe I've seen you in the chat before. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, exactly, Amy. I think that's a cracking deal for us, paying none of his wages. Because I do believe he's on some wages as well, playing in the Italian First Division. A couple of K a week at least, which, you know, at this level has an impact on our finances, so. Okay. So we're missing some key players for this game. He looks like a good player. Or a potentially good player, sorry, in the future. Okay, I'm not really going to look to scout players that don't have any interest in coming to play for us. Because that's when you end up paying silly money to get them to sign contracts. Okay, let's power through these and scout any youngsters. Quite keen to get into this game though. David Turner, little Welsh wizard. He looked like he could be a good player. Attacking mid. looks decent. Right, let's get into it. Come on. Yeah, I think you're right, Imi. I think all of our goals were crosses, weren't they? They were all headers. For one from a set piece, and then two were just nice deliveries, which is really satisfying. It's good that on a simulation game, when you set the team up to play a certain way, it's nice that they actually play that way, because you can't take it for granted that they will. Doesn't always happen with FM. Bit of a strange one. Like I said, guys, really good to see some fresh faces in the chat. Really appreciate you all tuning in. Oh, come on, let's just get to the game already. Although scouting is important, to be fair. Don't think I'm going to scout the Honduran under-20 champion. Although, oh no, to be fair, it's just hosted in Honduras. Yeah, we should probably scout that. It's important with identifying youth prospects. Wouldn't get a work permit. Okay, well, we're not interested then. Grangene's improved. I'm not sure how, considering he's doing fuck all on the pitch week in, week out. But we'll take it. And Basso, since he's stepped in, he's been good. It's good to see that Geffroy is taken to his new position. Although we'd like to see some of those defensive attributes go up. Do I have different tactics for different situations in game? I am pretty stubborn, to be honest, when it comes to the way I want to play. I find that if you start tinkering too much during the game, you kind of fall apart a little bit. But in terms of chasing a goal or holding on to a lead, yes, you can go more attacking, less attacking. If I need to, in terms of shape, the one change I do make is if we're playing this system here, which obviously 9 times out of 10 we are, then sometimes I will push Liakos into a 10 role, getting closer to the two forwards if we need to get ourselves back into a game. But we play on attacking anyway. But again, on this game, you guys may or may not agree, but I find that attacking is more like counter-attacking. I don't think it does leave you too exposed. That's just my opinion. You guys might disagree. Let me know if you do, or if that's what you've found as well. It'll be interesting to see what you guys think. Yeah, like I say, for this game, I think I've got a little tactical change up my sleeve. Hi Mason, cheers for joining us, mate. You saw us make that change in the set. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you'll see it often. It's my sort of go-to change if we are chasing the game. Some brotherly love for Mason in the chat as well. You've got to love that. Okay. It's saying that Indigai doesn't need a fitness test. But the previous screen was telling me otherwise. What do you think, guys? Do we risk him? Because the other move I was going to make was I was going to bring in Westergren to play in midfield and play Liakos. If we have a look at Liakos, he can play as a striker or a shadow striker. So I was thinking maybe play him there, grow into the game, and then bring on Indigai. Am I going to do personal instructions? We've just started to get a couple of results, Mason, so I think I'm going to leave it for now. I do have personal instructions on, but I think I know the ones you're referring to in terms of getting us to press much higher up the pitch and doing the personal instructions before the team instructions. But like I say, we have started to pick up some points. So I think in terms of on-stream anyway, we're just going to get into this game and see how we get on. But I'm intrigued, guys. What do you reckon? Do you think we should, like I say, grow into the game by playing Liakos up there? Okay, Imran thinks play Liakos up there. So we're saying it's not worth risking Indigo, I know. We should bring him on if we need a goal. Let's see how that might look if we do that. So Westergaard likes playing there. Dominici loves to play as an attacking midfield player. We'd have to drop Liakos to either a deep line forward or a shadow striker. Imran remembers Indigo missing a few chances. That's a key theme on Football Manager. You will see strikers in positions they should score from missing. That is that's just the way it is on FM. 1v1 situations aren't guaranteed goals, I'm afraid. Okay, I think, yeah, the vibe I'm getting from the chat is play Liakos and bring Piero Indigo on if we need a goal, if we're chasing the game or... Yeah. Okay, let's go with that. I think other than that, this is the best team we're going to get out. It's not the best team we have, but it's the best team we're going to get. So, has Liakos got the stats for a striker? Not for a main striker, Mason, but as a supporting act, yes. 12 finishing, decent composure, good decision making, good passing, good technique, decent vision, reasonably athletic. I think he can play a supporting role just off the main man. Hopefully you guys agree. I've dropped him in as a deep line forward anyway. He's not going to be playing as an advanced forward. But he has been known to get a few goals from midfield as well for us. Last season in particular, he was quite prolific from midfield. So he does like to get forward. Let's see how it plays out when he's actually up top though. Do this for the fans. Come on, boys. Oh, classic. They've reacted really well to that. They obviously love the fans. We need centre-backs with pace if we're leaving them as last men. I agree. But unfortunately, we've not been able to bring in centre-backs with too much pace. And again, I agree with you, Imran, on Liakos. He's not a main striker by any stretch. He's very much a stopgap. Let's see how he does being the supporting act though. I think if he can link up with what's his name? Grunjean, sorry, the main man, then we could be on for something here. Got the utmost confidence in our new left wing back. Okay, guys. First game of the stream. Let's see how we get on. Let's get creative early on. Here's the boy Liakos. Okay. What a ball. Mr. Grandjean in behind. That's exactly what we want from him. On the last shoulder. So on the shoulder of the last man, rather. That's a great goal and a great start to the game. Oh, it could have been two so early on. I apologise for skipping the replay, by the way, guys. It's just a habit thing. I will try and watch the replays on goals. Because obviously I know that you guys might have missed it. And Whip that. Okay, got another corner. Good covering, Renault. Okay, we've been turned over in midfield. That's not good. It's been a decent start from us. How old is Dominici? Not very. I think he's 17. Maybe 18. We'll check at half time. I think I paid 200k for him. And the board thought I overspent. That's a good tackle. Okay, that's a solid half. It's going well, but we're capable of even better. I think he's French, Dominici. He's not a real player, Imran. He's a regen player with one of the awesome Chill Moose faces applied to him. Okay, so he's 18 now. I think he was 17 when I signed him. He's got pretty average stats, but he has got 17 determination, which leads me to believe that he will improve quite significantly in the future. Good balance, good natural fitness as well, to be fair. He can pass the ball, although I'd like to see the passing vision and technique go up quite a bit. But yeah, he's a good player. I think a bargain at 200k, but the board seems to disagree. Let's start the second half. We need to keep an eye on Renault because he's looking a bit leggy for my liking already. Let's keep an eye on his booking situations as well. Can we get a good delivery in the box? Get that wide. Well played. Geffroy! There he is! There's your boy, Arif Geffroy. There's been doubters since we kicked off the very first stream about this kid. And he's coming up trumps. You watch him go and get sent off now. I've said it. I may have to sub him before that happens. We are limiting their chances, guys. Okay, let's make some changes. The last time Imran watched, Geffroy was making his debut. Okay, well since then he has got 2 assists in one game, given away a pen in the same game, and had a couple of ropey performances since that. It might be a little bit early to say that he's made the wing-back position his own at the moment, but I am expecting big things from him. We're gonna have to, take Renault off. He's looking a bit tired. Cardosi, sorry, can have some minutes. I think that'll be it for now, but we may have to look at the situation of Pires as the game goes on. It looks like we might not need our top goal scorer, Indigo, on the pitch. And by the looks of it, Grungine prefers playing with someone just off him rather than someone up top with him. Because he seems to have come alive this game. Oh, we're bopping it around with some confidence, guys. Oh, great interception from Darbo. Oh, he's put it straight at the keeper. Actually, Kate, you're right. He has given away 2 penalties. Not in the same game though. I did say in the one game he had 2 assists and gave away a pen. But you are right. He has given away 2 pens. He's not the best in the tackle, right? He's never claimed to be. I've never claimed him to be. But what he does do is give us an attacking threat down that left-hand side, which is what we need. We need the opposition to be worried about both of our wide players. And I think at the moment they are. Right, we now need someone to come in. Okay, yeah. How many Christensen? He can come in for Perez. We don't want to risk a sending off. Perez also, he's one of our best players, so we need to manage his minutes a little bit here. And I don't think there's any need to get Indigo on the pitch this evening. Well, sorry, in this fixture in particular. Hopefully he'll play this evening. Oh, it's unlucky from Leakos there. Oh, nearly the third. He's done well to head that over the bar from 4 yards out there. Looked harder to miss, to be honest. Can we see this game out now? Not with clearances like that, we can't. Oh my god, of course we concede. For fuck's sake. Did they really have to score? Got to tell him it was a very nice victory. We've got to keep spirits high, even though I'm fuming that we conceded. What do we think to that, guys? I think 2-1 doesn't really tell the story, if I'm honest. Let's attend the old press conference. I hope it gives him a fucking boost. He needs one. Let's play that one down a little bit. Well, that's good anyway. That Grandjean's ended his goal drought. I think we should praise this man as well, because for someone who's playing out of position, I'm not going to tell him his defensive work was top notch, because it probably wasn't. I really think I'm going to get clean sheets with a 2-3-5 formation. You'll be very surprised, Kate. Stranger things have happened on FM. And in fact, with arguably a more attacking formation when I was playing as Manuza, we got quite a few clean sheets. In games like that, you're kind of relying on the fact that you're just so dominant that they don't really have a chance to get a good shot off on goal. But unfortunately, the one time they had a decent opportunity, they've put it away. And I think that just comes down to the calibre of centre-back and keeper that we have. I don't think it's a system problem. I think it's an individual problem in terms of, yeah, like I say, quality at the back. Gunnar Dre, good to see you back. Thanks again for tuning in, buddy. To be fair, you've probably hit the nail on the head there. A stopped clock gets it right twice a day too. Bit mean from you, Kate, but I see your point. But yeah, I think when we've got the calibre of personnel in that we need, I think the clean sheets will start coming. I mean, let's not be too harsh here, because it is our first season in the top flight. yeah, you know, we're probably not going to keep clean sheets very often this season, but next season that's probably something we could look to add to the game, or to our game rather. You know, shutting teams out more often. How's the save going? Reasonably well, to be fair, Gunnar. We had a rocky start. There's no getting around that fact. We suffered a few losses back to back, but then we did kick things off with a draw. We took a point away from home. Then we've won 2 home games against teams that are probably better than us. So I'm quite happy. If we have a look at the league table after that game, here we are sitting pretty in 12th. We've actually got a game in hand over some of the teams around us, most of the teams around us. We're doing okay. You know, a couple of teams down here struggling. The thing that's really pissed me off is that we've lost to Lacra this season and they're on 4 points. We gave them 3 of those 4 points. Steve, what have our cup runs been like last few seasons? So, in our first season, we went out pretty early because we were diabolical. Second season, we won the Cup of Duke, which is the cup that the bottom division teams play. Managed to win that. Season after that, when we won, we got back-to-back promotions. So, let's just go back to club info. Okay, no, we won the Popular... When did we win the Populare? Lost my mouse. Hang on a second. We won the Populare. Okay, let's go from the... hang on a second, let me get my bearings here. So... Oh no, we became runners-up in the Cup of Duke. In that case, we must have done the double one season. Gunnar Dre, I bet the scorer of the Lacra goal got his first goal of the season against you. He probably did, to be honest. And that's just Football Manager for you, isn't it? So yeah, I mean, we've won, obviously, a couple of promotions. We actually won the Populare in our history. Although I didn't win it myself. I think Cup runs is probably near the bottom of the list in terms of priorities for us. Right at the start, they were really important because the money that it brought in was vital. However, that isn't the case now in terms of the prize money in relationship to our overall revenues. It's not really a deal breaker if we go out of the cups. Indeed, Kate. Yep. I haven't won that. That was club history. As we say, Hesef was formerly a big club in Aswijan. In fact, they're still a big club. They're just not a big team right now. I think it's important to distinguish between the two. Still a big club, big stadium, obviously a big fan base. Trophies in the cabinet. Only a couple, but still trophies. I mean, Hesef's trophy cabinet's probably fuller than Spurs. Just going to put that one out there. Sorry if we've got any Spurs fans in the chat. We've got another lengthy layoff between... well, before our next fixture. That's probably a good thing though, guys. What are the finances like in the Azerbaijan league? I'm not sure, Imi. We're playing the Aswijan league here, mate. I can't imagine there's much money in Azerbaijani football, but I know what you're getting at. In Aswijan, the finances it's it's similar to the Premier League. In some ways, the TV money's not quite the same. Um, and to be fair, I think the cup competitions don't bring in much money, but the better teams in Azerbaijan have a lot of money at their disposal. If we look at Azerbaijan Maliki, arguably the biggest club in the country, there you go. Their bank balance is over £1 billion. Um, they're spending plenty of money on their teams, on their players rather. And there's a few clubs like them. City. City are another big team. They're worth over half a billion. Hey, let's not be too mean to the Spurs fans in the chat. They've got it tough already. Let's lay off them for a bit. Mason's a fake gunner. He's not a proper gunner. He loves Liverpool at heart. He's always been a Liverpool fan deep down. Imran, chill out, mate. We'll leave footballing rivalries at the door. We're all here for the same reasons. Not quite sure why we've got such a long layoff before our next game. Well, that's something we can all agree on, Gunnar Dre, that Arsenal are useless and they will get battered tomorrow. I hope they don't, though. It would be nice for them to take a point off of City. Yeah, it's a bit strange, Imran. The games come thick and fast sometimes. You'll play 3, 4 games in 7 to 10 days, and then suddenly you'll get a gap like this. So we've got to take it and appreciate it whilst we've got it. I think maybe a chance to get some players fit again. Well, there's no way we're signing him. Far too good. Nicola Armini. Has anyone heard of this kid? I don't think many people sign him on Football Manager. Only 95% of the community. Oh god, I've pissed him off. I've pissed him off. I've complimented his training too often, he doesn't like it. Do we have a 23 set up? It's done a bit differently in Aswijan. They have a 20s and an 18s rather than a 23s. Which makes youth development a little bit tougher, which I think was the purpose when Laura set it up, when Childmove set it up. Because obviously, if you had a 23s, it makes your youth development easier in terms of you can stockpile players, and obviously the age that they've the cut-off age, obviously, that they can play for the reserve team is higher. Whereas with teams in Aswijan, you can't play 23, 24-year-olds in your 23s. In your 20s, because they've got to be a lot younger. So I quite like it in some ways. But yeah, it does make the challenge a bit more difficult. As you can see, youth development, although personally I always prioritise it, at this club we're struggling. Although, to be fair, the board did agree to upgrade our youth intake. So hopefully this year, our youth intake will be better. Although there are a few other factors involved that I'll have to make sure we've got sorted. We have a good head of youth development, I believe. I know that we've struggled to bring in someone better for the money that we're able to offer. I did put someone on the shortlist, though. No, he's terrible. It wasn't him. Oh, let's just let's put any on here and clear this. So it can't be too, there we go. Right, we've got some heads of youth development. So this guy's okay. This guy's better, but again, I don't think he'll sign. No, there you go, look. Wants far too much wages. I believe there was someone else. Peter Hansen, no. No one gets praised for training more than once in a 4-week period. Fair enough. It's a ruthless policy, but I think I could stretch to a couple of weeks. And if someone gets, a brace or a couple of assists or a hat-trick, I'll always praise them. Gunnar Dre really annoys me when you praise a player and they get mad straight out of the team for that rubbish. You see, if we had the flexibility to bench Grandjean, we might do that, but we don't. Unfortunately, we don't have the quality in terms of the depth of the squad to be able to dash him out of the team for kicking off. I mean, if he misses training, we might have another debate, but what are the work permit rules like? Very strict. If you like signing Brazilian wonder kids that are unheard of, like I know you do, Mason, this isn't the database for you. However, Aswijan is in Europe, so you're okay with any European countries, but South Americans have to be pretty well known or have caps at international level. Yeah, that's a good point that Kate raises there. If you praise a player for, let's say, 7.5 training rating, and they're really driven, really determined, they'll expect better of themselves, and they'll probably react badly to you praising them for a 7.5 rating. Yeah, Mason, I think you'd struggle on the Aswijan database, to be honest, mate. I know your go-to is Brazil, straight away. How many Brazilian wonder kids can I get on the books? We've had a lot of success with it, to be fair. But to be fair, in that respect, you might really enjoy this database because it will force you to look elsewhere. I'm loving the questions and everything, guys. Really active chat. Great to see. Appreciate it. Gunnar Dre, am I right in assuming, and do tell me if I'm wrong, am I right in assuming that your name's Andre? And agreed, Imran. Lady Plays, aka Kate, does know her stuff. You should check out some of her blogs and her YouTube videos. Especially if you're looking to get into playing more FM, like I know you said previously that you were, Imran, when we were playing Xbox. I'd also recommend Rachel's work, Miss Football Manager. I would certainly look into her posts. Andreas, that's a fucking cool name. I'm very jealous. Cypriot descent. Representing. I'm also of Cypriot descent. On my dad's side. Kanu. Yeah, Imran, I think whilst you're on the topic of a subscriber, mate, you should go and check those guys out in terms of their posts and whatnot. Andreas sounds like a techie number 10. Well, certainly not the one at United. He's not too techie for my liking. How about this, Mason? I know that you'll be interested in this signing right here. Kanu. Young centre-back, Brazilian. Oh, he's short. That's not good. He's not a centre-back. Andreas Busquets. We get a lot of Spaniards coming our way. I think we do have a Spanish scout, though. That's probably why. Or he knows Spain really well. One of the two. A lot of French as well, to be fair. Oh, also, Mason, just whilst it's popped into my head, mate, going back to the work permit stuff, English players, because on this particular save, the UK did leave the EU, went ahead with Brexit. The work permit rules, some of them apply to English players as well, which is really frustrating. So you won't see many English youth prospects playing in Aswijani clubs. Not until they get a little bit older and develop anyway. There we go. Training facilities upgraded. Andreas Barton. That's a good one from you, Kate. Kate played until she was 47. You guys are out here complaining about injuries. You're probably about mid-20s, early 30s. Kate, absolute veteran of the game. Trooper, playing until she was 47. You guys need to take a look at yourselves. Mason retired at 21. Yes, he did. Family and job took over. That's fair enough, Dre. That's more than fair enough, mate. I think we all prefer Football Manager to playing football, Mace. It's a lot less running around. I also think my tactical genius wasn't appreciated when I played football. Whereas on Football Manager, you guys are obviously all tuning in to see what a maestro I am tactically. He says. Did you get a testimonial, Kate, when you played? And when you decided to hang up your boots? Did your club do anything nice for you? Precisely, Kate. You've seen the formation, you think, how has he got this to work? And then you tune in, and it's an absolute resounding success. Oh no, we don't want to remove him. Love a Norwegian wonder kid when they come through. Although this guy probably isn't going to make the cut. Mason, first of all, is factually incorrect. Second of all, you don't need to bring that to the chat. Come on. If you're going to bring it to the chat, at least speak the truth. At a push, it was 25 yards, and it wasn't a lob. That is a shame, Kate, that you were a victim of timing, really, because obviously, you know, football in general in that part of the world has really kicked on, but in particular, women's football, especially obviously the US. I know obviously you're Canadian yourself. But yeah, I imagine if you were playing at that level nowadays, you'd have had a shot at becoming pro. Okay, this is a tough game coming up, guys, against Aldea. They're a very good side. 11th does not tell the story here. They're, I'd say, top 4 or 5 sides in Aswijan. Oh, you have a UK passport, do you? Could have played in Europe. Would I be happy with a top 10 finish? Absolutely. Absolutely. That would be a ridiculously good season, I think. If we just don't get relegated, I'll be over the moon. He's not going to play, but let's just talk about it anyway. They got beat by Chalka in the last game. I was tempted to jump on the bandwagon and say they're going to be vulnerable after that game, but I never like to do that type of thing. It always blows up in your face in the game. Alphonse Ahmad. No, we will not be signing him with his 11 crossing maximum. I wouldn't say we have a fantastic relationship. They turned down all my requests. Yeah, that's the thing, Kate. You never know, do you? You never quite know. Given the right circumstances and the right environment, it could have happened for you. That's probably the worst thing about it, always not knowing for certain. Available players. No. He's just come back from an injury. I'm not letting Galash play for the 20s. Henriksen, that's pretty average. A young Brazilian called Kaká. Wouldn't get a work permit, there you go. Wouldn't get a work permit. And he's 20, but so imagine the 16, 17 year olds. They're definitely not getting work permits. That is really cool. Gunnar Dre. You got to play with the Arsenal stewards. Which was the best or nicest Premier League training ground that you got to play at? Let's put the keeper on the bench. Galash can also go on the bench. What are we thinking here, guys? I mean, obviously, this system worked out well for us last game. Playing Liakos just off of Grandjean. Indiguy's now fit, though. I think I'm going to go with the same concept, but I think in terms of recent performances, Indiguy's been far better than Grandjean. We are playing away from home as well, so I'm not sure we should go with 2 out-and-out strikers against the big side. We'll go with this. We'll give it a go. Villa produced some ballers. I think it's the surfaces. It must be the surfaces. A lot of players come out of there with bad injuries, though, don't they? I think that also must be the surfaces. Let's go and cause an upset, boys. Come on. Okay, come on. What have we got? Big away game. Tough opposition. It's a good stop. Ah, there we go. Hugo Nazario. He turns into an absolute gem. On my previous save on this database with Manuza, he signed for, I think, 65, 70 million to a massive European team. I can't remember who the team was. He's a good player. Come on, we can't let that deflate us. Good save. Good save. What PC setup have I got? That's actually quite embarrassing. I have a £350 laptop that has a Ryzen 5 AMD processor in it and a Radeon graphics card. It was on the top 5 laptops on a budget to play Football Manager. So yeah, not particularly sophisticated, Gunnar Dre. Sorry if I disappointed you with that. I'm currently saving to buy my first home, so once that's all sorted and I've got some space, I'll be looking to improve my setup quite significantly. Oh no. What's the keeper doing there? He's half come off his line, changed his mind. Can we get one before half time? Oh, what a goal that is. What a header. It's your boy again. It's Kate's favourite player. And he gets us back within touching distance. Oh no. Okay, he's blasted over the bar. That's good. There's more to come from these boys. I'm also going to make a tactical switch. I think Westergrenier has been poor, so let's drop Liakos into midfield, but in that central role, Westergren come off for Grandjean, and we're going to go with 2 advanced forwards. There we go. Back to the original system. Get creative, boys. Come on. Let's come flying out of the traps. Whip that. Ah, he just wants to shoot, doesn't he? Oh. 2 advanced forward never worked for you. Oh, it's strange with this. See, last season I played it quite often, and they both... Oh, no. He's got that in the locker, hasn't he, Ricardo Rodriguez? Free kick specialist. Let's push Liakos further up now that we're 2 goals behind again. I think this one's looking like it could get beyond us. Yeah, I agree, Gunnar Dre. No one's playing well for us at the top end of the pitch, are they? No one. They're both very frustrated as well. Right. Last throw of the dice. Bring on the sub-striker for Liakos. Play Indigo as a poacher. With 2 advanced forwards either side of him. When we have more of the ball, we don't seem to win. Exactly, Mason. This tactic is not built for having an awful lot of the ball. We need to invite teams on. Soak up a bit of pressure. Turn the ball over in a key area. Oh no. Perez is off. That's our best halfback. Okay, so one of the strikers, Indigo, is going to have to come off. Actually, do you know what? No, he doesn't. We're 2 goals down. There's nothing to lose. No halfback, no problem. Let's just crack on. What's the worst that can happen? Other than us getting absolutely fucking battered. Let's go ultra attacking. Let's go all out. Show some passion. Now, obviously, probably going to get overrun in midfield, but no point making a defensive change when we're already 3-1 down. We could just write this one off if it gets any worse. Can we cause some problems still? Oh, he's taken that shot very early. He doesn't need to shoot that early. Again, right. I've had enough of this shit. Work the ball into the box. Stop shooting so early. Honestly, I think we've gone toe to toe with them this game. And I think it's just a difference in quality, isn't it? Oh no, they've got a pen. This is going to be 4. Okay. Personally, I don't think we've been as bad as 4-1 makes it look. Feel free to blow the whistle anytime you like, ref. Anytime you like. Okay, let's write that one off. It was always going to be tough away from home. I can't fault their effort, even though the performance wasn't quite what I'm looking for. Oh, press that a bit early. Annoyingly, I don't know if I want to say we've struggled to score goals, but we certainly haven't scored as many as we should have, considering the chances we've created in the games. I think we're going to go back to the usual system. However, it might be beneficial to play one of these guys as a poacher. The next game is a bit of a sticky one. Yes, it is. We're playing the best club in the country, which is not ideal. Now, do you know what? We can't have a poacher because we can't be carrying a passenger. We need both strikers to work just as hard as each other. So we're playing the best club in the country with a keeper that's been out injured. I think Galak can come back in. You'd like to see Indegai's attributes. Here they are. He's not a world beater, but he's good enough for our level. He's not the quickest, but he's no slouch. He can finish relatively composed, good determination, which I like. Yeah, he's a decent player for us. I would maybe like one of my strikers just be that little bit quicker. Because, I mean, 15 XL, 12 pace. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, I'd like to be able to hurt teams a bit more with the pace in behind. Which is why I usually like to play with two inside forwards that are very attacking and, you know, get beyond their striker, cause problems. But yeah, this next game, it's not easy. Bit of a baptism of fire in the first division. We've played a lot of top sides already. Marador, they're like I say, top 4 side. Aldea, they're another good side. We've now got Aswijan Maliki. We've been linked to the Wolves job. Absolutely no comment to make on those rumours. It's the last thing we need. Rumours unsettling the squad. Do I believe this formation could win us the league if we had the right personnel? Yeah, absolutely, Mason. I think it could. In fact, it has at Manuza Academy. Although I did play with a 3 up top in terms of 2 inside forwards and a striker. But I think either way, if we stuck with this formation, as long as we had the calibre of player with our two up top, we've had two brilliant strikers, yes, and if not, and we went with the original tactic that I played with, where we have so we lose one of these midfield players, we have two inside forwards here, and a complete forward or an advanced forward here, and those players were of the level that we needed, then I absolutely think that yes, we could win the league, because I already have with a better team. I won a domestic treble, went 42 games unbeaten with Manuza. That was a bloody good save. I really love that save. But this one, it's more of a challenge. I think we'll have a lot more fun. So the goal here, guys, is, well, Hesef are a fallen giant. So the end goal, sorry, not the end goal, but one of the main goals is to buy back our stadium for the fans. So as the club was tumbling down the leagues and was hemorrhaging money and went into administration, the ground was sold and we now rent it. So I'd look to buy back the ground and then redevelop it as we succeed, because that'll obviously make it financially more challenging as well. Because I think you do get to a point on FM where, you know, if you've been fortunate in the transfer market, you've picked up a few players, sold them on for a big profit, you do have a lot of money swirling around in the club. So I think that'll be a good way to spend it. And then obviously we want to take over. We want to win everything there is domestically, and we want to go and win the Champions League. A 2-3-2-3-1 formation, pretty much, Imran, yeah. In fact, what I will do is, maybe at the start of the next stream, we'll have a quick look at the Manuza save. I've still got the file. So we'll have a look at, I'll show you the run of games, hopefully, that we went on. Sorry, yeah, Mason. It's a 2-1 at the end, not a 3-1. You're right. Yeah, I've still got the save file and everything. So we could have a quick look at that, and you could have a look at the system and the players, and you'll then see why I'm so confident that playing with wing-backs like this, really attacking wing-backs that maybe neglect their defensive responsibilities a little bit, why I'm so confident that that will succeed. Because we had exactly the same at Manuza. I turned wide midfielders or wingers into wing-backs, and they were absolutely immense. Although the main difference there was that they were both very big boys. They were 6'3" and 6'4", I think, which helped. Whereas we've got some average height and shorter players playing at the moment. Yes, Imran, I am looking to bring that formation to Hesef. That is the goal. It's just about finding, like, inside forwards are really hard to come by in terms of ones that are good enough in terms of all of their attributes to play there and be effective. Personally, I don't like inside forwards that have poor finishing. I'm quite fussy about that, and composure. So I almost either want to turn a striker into an inside forward. The most success I've had with that was with my RB Leipzig save with Timo Werner. I think that's an obvious candidate. I turned him into a left inside forward, and he was absolutely immense. And I turned Matthias Cunha into a Bobby Firmino type number 9. But yeah, long story short, yes, we are looking to go with inside forwards and one up top long term. But it'll happen naturally. We'll either find the players or we won't, you know? And if we don't, then we'll have to find two strikers that can fire us to where we want to be. Attacking midfielder, 16 flair, 7 determination though. One player that I do believe could be an inside forward for us is this young man. I've come across him on a couple of saves, and he turns into an absolute beast. He's rapid, he can finish. Yeah, let's see what the scout report says on this young man, because he's on fuck all wages, let's face it. We could afford that kind of transfer fee as long as he's not got a massive buyout clause slapped on him. Again, we haven't scouted him enough to find out yet. But let's see how that one looks, because he's a potential player for us. So yeah, guys, this is the club that I started off my Aswijan journey with. I didn't play anything like this, though. Ladrede is a very good player though. Finhala, he was the person I turned into a right back. He's 5'7" on this save, whereas he was 6'4" on my save, Mundanusa save, and he had 15 or 16 crossing. But he was a cracking player. Styliani, oh what a keeper he was for me. He was immense. I would say that he was probably the big difference as well. Having a world-class keeper massively helped because he made a lot of 1v1 saves when teams did get in behind us. Which was less often on that save than it is on this save. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Okay, and they've come off a 4-0 win, these guys. Maybe they'll get complacent. We can hope. We have got them at home, so there is that factor to contend with. We might be able to upset them. Have we got a good goalkeeper at the moment? See, we do. However, he's been injured for a lot of the league games that we've played. I would say he's good for the level we're at anyway. Let me show you him. Not going to embarrass myself by trying to pronounce his surname, so we'll call him Arpit. I think at this level, he's a good keeper. But we were scouting another keeper. What was his surname? Clement Kelly, there he is. He's still at Wabani. So he's been listed for what I think is an absolute steal. 325k. It's obviously because his contract's running down, but he's on big wages. I reckon